What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic Thursday evening. There's no better way to get ready for a Friday than talk some Canes football with me and the main man, Brandon Merriweather. Brandon, how's your week been?
My week been great. What's up, people?
Hey, Brandon, you ready?
Hold on. Listen. Before we start, I want to say this. One of our listeners, I think his name Alan, Al, something like that. He actually came into the restaurant while I was there, and was like, "Yo, I heard you on the scoop, and I'm telling you, I just wanted to tell you, I'm a big fan of you and Paul." I said, "You know what, man? Thank you." And he actually came to support the kid, And I said, you know what? When I get on, I'm gonna let everybody know that somebody from Orlando, or he's from Mount Dora. He's from Mount Dora, Florida. Came in, showed the kid love.
You gotta love it, man. When listeners listen to what you're saying and they support one of your businesses, man.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hey, this is just the beginning, Brandon. There's going to be plenty more people coming through your Wings restaurant. So,
and listen, the sky the limit, baby. The sky the limit. I love it. They come. They come. I will make them happy. I promise.
So, I mean, let's talk about that. Your restaurant, real quick. Wings. Best wings outside of Orlando, in the Orlando area. What makes you? I mean, what brought up the idea? Why do you have the best wings in Orlando?
Because they are. Just being honest, being 100% honest, right? I ate wings everywhere. I went to, Wingstop, Frogger's, Wing House, all this. I went to all these places, and everybody had the pre-baked wings, and everybody had the jumbo size wings.
Right.
Like our wings is all natural. They come straight from the farm. They just, They cook to order. They not pre-cooked. They not any of that. And our sauce is, baby, you know what I'm talking about? The sauce is it.
Are you a flats or drums guy?
I'm a chicken on the bone guy. Whichever one.
I feel that.
You look like a flats guy, huh?
I look like a flats guy.
You're a flats guy, huh, Paul? Tell me that you're a flats guy.
I kind of like it. You got to work more for the flats. I kind of like it.
See, the less work, the better for me, baby.
Hey, Brandon, man, let's get into it. This past weekend, we saw a lot of crazy things in college football. Alabama lost. Spencer Rattler, the number 1 overall quarterback heading into the NFL draft, he gets benched. Florida State's got a 2-game winning streak.
We don't know if he benched yet, though.
I think he's done. I think they're moving on. Remember, Oklahoma, they literally denied access to the media. They're not answering any questions during practice.
I seen that, and the little students went to, but it could be a lot of things, man. Like, what if his hands hurt? You know what I mean? What if his hand would hurt, so they only put him in on certain plays to get his... You know what I mean? What if his shoulder a little bruised? Like, it could be anything. You know what I mean? I get it. Everybody want to make a story out of something. That's what journalists do. They make stories out of anything.
But the thing I don't understand, Brandon, is like, let's say he's a little bit injured. His shoulder's hurting a little bit. He's the number 1 quarterback in the nation for the NFL draft. He was supposed to win the Heisman. Colt McCoy, Texas against you. Was it in the Rose Bowl? I think they were playing. Was it Oklahoma? Someone remind me in the chat. He gets injured. He doesn't come out the second half.
Hey. Everybody, and also though, you also have to understand, Colt McCoy backup wasn't the number 1 recruit coming into college either.
Right.
Like, you got to understand what they seen from this man. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Right? If Baker Mayfield would have got hurt and Kyle
Murray.
What's his name? Kyle Murray was behind him on the same team at the same time, and Baker Mayfield wouldn't have got hurt, you don't think he would have came out? And Baker Mayfield was up for the Heisman, won the Heisman.
I think
If
Mayfield
you
will play through injuries, in my
now
opinion.
they would have put they listen. You got when you got a hot young guy behind, you have no problem putting them in any little bruise.
I'll say
That's
this.
just what it was.
I'll say this. Spencer Rattler, I think he's gonna hit the pine hard. I love Caleb
I,
Williams. He is smooth. That was his first game.
listen, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it. I'm with you. If I'm the coach, I gotta think long and hard about this because, like, for one, Spencer Rattler also been your bell cow for the last 2 years.
Correct.
So you kind of like you can't like just and you don't want to put him on the shelf because then that mess up his draft status and mess up so much of their kid life, and that's the last thing you want anybody saying about your program is that they messed up my NFL career. Like, think about that. Like, if your son, would you let your son go to a college that somebody sent here saying, "Nah, man, they messed up my college. I was the starter and I was playing good. I had one bad game and they benched me." Yo, like, do you really have somebody come in and say, like, do you like? I know my son. I'd be like, "Oh, hey, no, oh hell no." Like, would you?
Here's my theory about that. I get the whole, hey, if he doesn't play again, his draft status is going to change. I don't think it's messing up his NFL draft career. Think about this, Brandon. He was the number one quarterback prospect preseason going into the NFL. I still think he's one of the top 5 quarterback prospects. I think his draft status drops a little bit because he's being benched. But modern day, you can just transfer to another program and start all 12 games.
You can't do that. He can't do that now. He a junior or senior?
He's a junior.
Right, but why would he want to do that? Like, why would he do that?
If he's going to be benched the rest of the way, transfer to another program. They'll take you.
Right, but then you gotta understand this. So this the part that people don't talk about. When you go to the combine and you have your pro day and stuff, and you have your meetings with the coaches, they say, "Why was you benched?
Right.
Why did this guy take your position? Why did you transfer because this guy took your position? Are you scared of competition? Was he just that much better than you?"
Right.
Like, what? Now you got to answer them questions. So if I'm the coach, this is what I'm doing. I'm putting in packages for Caleb because he got to be on the field. He got to be on the field. But it's going to be some packages with both of them on the field at the same time. Because from what I've seen, man, you could put Caleb at running back and he'll tote that thing the way he was. Yo, he looked good. Yeah. But, okay, so this is my question to you, right? Because both of us seem to like this kid. This is my question to you. What if you bench Rattler and Caleb can't throw the ball like he had just had that one good game?
So you bench Spencer Rattler.
Right.
Caleb Williams comes in. He's not the quarterback that played against Texas. It's
right.
He's not hitting his receivers. It's not clicking offensively. Then you got to go back to Rattler. You're in a situation right now where it's fight or flight mode.
See, and that's where, you got to understand, kids' minds are fragile, yo. Right. They fragile. Because if you bench me, I'm saying, fuck you. Like, no, ain't no come back to me. No, you put him out there, you play with him. Go ahead, no. Like, that's how I would have looked at it. Like, because I feel like if you bench me, then you bench me because you knew he was better than me. You ain't bench me because you thought he was better than me. You bench me because you knew he was better for the team than me.
I'm curious how this is going to play out, man. I really am. Present day college football, we didn't see this back then at all. We didn't see number 1 overall quarterbacks going into the NFL get benched less than halfway through the season.
We ain't seen number 1 overall quarterbacks look this bad either.
And that's my thing. What about all these draft experts, these evaluations? It just went through the roof against Texas. It was complete BS. Something's off with this whole situation. Either this is not a good quarterback class,
Oh
or
no, the
my
quarterback
guess
class
is
stink.
yes.
The quarterback class stink.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you look at any mock draft now, it ain't no quarterbacks taken in the top 15 picks.
So this is not. Yeah, this is an awful quarterback class.
Yeah, terrible. Terrible. You had that, son. You had that. You had that. You know what I mean?
I actually like some of the quarterbacks. I don't like Rattler. I think how for some reason he plays very nonchalant. There's no energy
Who?
from him. He doesn't command the huddle. We're gonna play him on Saturday.
Oh,
Sam Howell.
how? Uh,
He runs a good RPO offense. I will say that.
uh, uh.
You're not a big
Like,
fan of Sam Howell?
no, I'm not a big fan of him at all.
Why not?
Um, for one, he lay down in big games. Like, that's for one. For two, he kind of remind me of a like a Danny Warford who was decent in college. Well, Danny, I can't say Danny. More like, what's Florida State quarterback name? Chris Ricks.
Chris Ricks, yeah.
Yeah, he kind of remind me of him. Like, for real, he just remind me of him.
That's
like he's a big quarterback. He could run a little bit. He got a good arm, but he don't make the best decision. If you hit him one or two times early, he'll give the ball away. Like, that's him. Our problem is we just ain't gonna hit him. and they gonna run the ball, and they gonna run the ball for 500 yards. That's gonna be the problem.
Hey, I'm really excited for Saturday because if Manny Diaz wins, he's going to stay head coach. If he loses, he could still stay head coach. This is like a reality TV show. Every day is drama.
Hold on. So you think if Manny Diaz lose, they gonna fire him right then?
I would hope so, but they might keep him another week.
Boy, please.
You think Manny Diaz is gonna, if he goes 2-4, let's say even 2-5, let's say he finishes 7-5, 6-6, you think he stays at Miami? I don't think so. I would hope not.
Only way Manny Diaz leaving is if he literally go 5-8 or some shit like that. That's the only way. That's the only way. And a lot of people keep talking about Tyler Van Dyke. Everybody keeps saying Tyler Van Dyke, Tyler Van Dyke, Tyler Van Dyke. He's so good. He did that. Like I didn't see that with him.
I agree. I'm gonna say this, Brandon. For Tyler Van Dyke to succeed at the University of Miami, he's gonna need a very good offensive line. Because when that pocket breaks down, you're not going to see 30-yard rushes that he did against UVA, and he takes a while. Now, it's early. It was his first game. Let's not be too hard on him. It takes a while for him to get rid of the football. It takes, literally a good, 10 years, and he's got a long wind-up.
My point. I listen, I 100% think Tyler Van Dyke could get the job done. I do. Now, I'm not saying he can't get the job done.
Right.
What I'm saying is, if he getting pressure, for one, let's rewind. For one, I don't think we have the coaching staff to put into place stuff to get him out of blitzes. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, if he see a blitz, he can't check a hot. You can't check a hot throw. And a hot, you know what a hot throw is, right?
Yeah.
All right. He can't check that. If he see a blitz coming, he just got to look to the sideline and they're gonna run the play anyway. You see what I'm saying? So if he could check to a hot throw, then I say, you know what, we got a chance. But if not, then he can't sit back there for 5 seconds because our O-line trash.
No, I 110% agree. And
you know what the crazy part is? They say we got an offensive lineman that's supposed to be going in the first round.
Nah, I don't believe that. You know what? It's interesting, Brandon, because I work out on campus. I go to the student gym every day, right? I see them walk around campus. I see Restrepo. I see Lou Headley. I saw Zion Nelson every day in the summer. He doesn't look like a first-round offensive lineman. just physically doesn't have it. I understand he was coming off of a minor injury, but he had a lot of baby fat on him. Compared to the Alabama offensive lineman, it's night and day.
You know that the little baby fat don't mean anything.
Really?
Like, seriously, it don't mean anything. Like, you can have a little baby fat on you, but it's the mentality, man. If you got a dog mentality, I don't care how much fat you got on you.
But here's my thing. He's like 6'3", 6'4", on a good, like 6'3" to 6'4". Just estimate. I don't think he's like past 6'5" or up. I understand the baby fat thing.
What does that mean?
I don't think he's physically ready. I don't think he doesn't look strong. I don't think
he's a senior.
He's like a junior. Yeah, he's a junior.
All right, so he ain't leaving this year anyway. He ain't leaving this year anyway. So it don't matter. He got another year to tone up a little bit. Like I honestly, they said we got 2 offensive linemen that get drafted in the top 3 rounds. 2 of them.
Right.
I have no idea who them 2 is. They said I think it was a left tackle, the one who got beat like 5 times. He gave up like 5 sacks against Florida like 2 years ago.
Well, that was Zion Nelson. That's
so
the baby fat said.
Yeah, him and I think a center or a guard, one of them.
Not Gainer. Gainer's just.
Which one is Gainer? The center.
Gainer's the center.
Nah, he trash.
Not Scaife. We're not talking about Scaife.
What's the other guard name?
Who are we talking about?
Man, you got
Oluwaseun?
He like a sophomore?
No, so you're talking about Ja'Kai Clark?
He a sophomore?
No, I can't think of anyone who's a sophomore that's being picked.
He like a sophomore, junior, or something like that, and they said
not Donaldson. No. He's not talking about Donaldson.
Not the right tackle. Not the right tackle. Not the right tackle. No, definitely not him. Definitely not him. Listen, I'll figure it out. By the time we do this again, I'll let you know.
Okay.
But no, they said we had 2 O linemen who's supposed to go in the top 3 rounds. 2. So
Jalen Rivers. That's what you're talking about. But he's like a redshirt freshman.
Yeah, sophomore.
Yeah, correct. But he's out for the season.
Yeah, I heard.
So I heard. Like next year's, I don't know. It's baby steps with him now.
What did he hurt? Do you know?
I don't remember. I think it was something bad though. It was something bad. Like it. I don't want to say a torn ACL. In the chat, you remember Jalen Rivers' injury? Let us know. I don't remember. It was bad. He tore something.
Man, what's buddy name? Bolden. Bolden was supposed to be a first round guy. his draft stat is dropping. Who else, man? Who else we got supposed to be a first round guy? Oh yeah, knee. Who else we're supposed to have that's supposed to be getting drafted in the first 3 rounds, man?
I remember Mel Kiper saying about the Miami Hurricanes football program, some NFL scouts by Barry Jackson article saying they don't really got anyone going this year's draft. He said this is the weakest talent they've seen in a while.
No, that's not what I heard. I heard different.
I know we got a good punter.
That we got, but he's a junior, so he ain't coming out this year.
Hey, but Brain, I wanna ask you, because a lot of people have been talking about Mark Stoops a lot, and I realized this when I looked this up. You played for Mark Stoops, or you had to have crossed paths with Mark Stoops because he was at Miami 01-03 as the defensive backs coach. He's got Kentucky rolling.
He was there my first year. The thing with Mark Stoops is though, like they would literally have to give him time. Like you see how long he been at Kentucky. Like he been there for a minute. Like you literally gonna have to give him time. But I do think that would be a really good hire though.
Really? I like Mark Stoops as a hire as well because he comes from the SEC. I think we need to hire someone that comes from the SEC and has that experience recruiting wise. needs to be a dog. Get a little dirty. I mean, just not, caught being dirty.
No, Mark Stoops will be dirty. I guarantee you he dirty. I guarantee you he dirty. No, but I agree. I would 100% get behind hiring Mark Stoops. But then we would have to do a buyout at Kentucky, like, because they're not gonna let him go. Like, it's a lot that'll go into that, and that's why I don't think he'll do it.
That's a good point too, because why would you leave Kentucky when you're undefeated right now? You're rolling. You got a sold-out stadium. Now, it is a basketball school. That's what's important. But then you got to come to Miami and completely rebuild this football program from the water boy all the way to
the reason you do it is because we have championship DNA. So even if we was the worst team in college football, like you literally
might be.
Well, we beat two people, so we can't be the worst.
Central Connecticut State and App State by 2 points.
Right, but it don't matter. We beat both of them, so we can't be the worst. But what I was saying was, we could be literally the worst team, and you literally could change that in 1 year, like all off of just where the school located, how the kids in Miami actually the kids that live in Miami love UM. They just don't like everything that goes around UM. They don't like the coaches. They don't like, because they feel like, so it's so many. You remember how I told you, if they don't do good by Rattler and he starts saying stuff like, man, they killed my career.
Right.
That's what they do at UM. That's why UM ain't getting all the gangsters out of Miami. It's because you got their big brother and big cousin saying, man, don't go there, man. If I'd have went to this school, man, I would have been a first rounder. If I'd have went to this school, I would have did this. And then you got people at Louisville saying, man, come up here, man. You definitely gonna get drafted. You definitely gonna get all the shine. You know what I mean? Like, so why would you?
Lamar Jackson, Tutu Atwell, 2 players from South Florida. They go to Louisville, 3-star recruits. Teddy Bridgewater, Eli Rogers.
Yeah. There
was another one. He went to Columbus. He was a running back.
Yeah, it's a couple, man. We got a couple.
Yeah.
We got a couple. But I'm just and the crazy part, I just use Louisville because that's the first thing that came to my mind. Like if I would have said Alabama got 26 Miami guys on the team. I'm gonna say South Florida guys because I count Fort Lauderdale and West Palm part of that Miami crew.
Right.
So, like you got to think of that. Like if you could get one person in here, and they start talking, the kids start talking good about the school again, the program will get changed like that. As long as you got the coaching around it.
Do you think Mark Stoops can be that guy?
Yes.
Man, I really want Mario. I really want Mario. I know everyone's gonna tell me it's not possible. Why would he want to come here? It will never happen. If you could, let's say if Mario was interested, Brandon, would you like him as head coach? Would you think he can be that guy?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And you think
I don't think we'll like the way he do it, but absolutely, I think we could do it.
Do you think?
Go ahead. Cristobal is that guy who gonna get in your face. He might punch you in the forehead. He might punch your helmet. Like he might grab your face mask. Like Cristobal is just that guy. Like he's just that guy.
You know what's the sad thing though? Is that the only reason why Mario would even be interested in this job is because this was his alma mater. Why this job doesn't even hold weight anymore, Brandon? In my opinion, look at the past 15 to 18 years. We're literally a sub 500 football program, and I don't think the interest from other coaches is even that big in Power 5 schools.
No, we still got interest. We still got interest. Just because the reason we got interest though is just because people know how good we could be. Like everybody I talk to say stuff like, man, I don't understand how y'all not good. Man, y'all got all the talent right there. Everybody right there want to go there. Like, like that's crazy. So it is what it is. I get it, but so we still got interest. We just don't know what to do with it.
All right, halfway through the show, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We got coming up UNC Miami preview. Sean Taylor's number still hasn't been retired at the University of Miami. We're going to talk about that and a lot more, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Wings, wings, wings. The best chicken wings outside of the Orlando area off of 452 North Park Avenue, owned by Miami Hurricanes football legend himself, Brandon Merriweather. If you love chicken wings, you're going to love Wings, 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 owned by the man himself, NFL veteran, Brandon Merriweather. Got to check it out. Once again, Wings, Wings, Wings off of 452 North Park Avenue in Apopka, Florida.
To compete also in matters of life.
How you doing, buddy?
You don't share all my word.
Well, you might be in trouble today.
The Tom today is the best quarterback ever. But the Tom, his rookie year, wouldn't be the Tom today without Bill. So I would say you can't have fun without him. It killed my career. Like I hate to say it like that, but that is actually what killed my career. It changed everything for me. Like I couldn't, like the way I was taught was if the head died, the body died with it.
Brandon Merriweather, Miami Hurricanes legend, two-time NFL Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion, and member of the only undefeated 2007 Patriots that went 18-0, historic NFL regular season record. Book Brandon Merriweather and other celebrity speakers at worldsportsalumni@gmail.com. That's worldsportsalumni@gmail.com. Or you can reach them at 702-941-4812 at worldsportsalumni.com, the world's largest pro athlete association. All right, we are back halfway through the show. We got two-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion Brandon Merriweather talking some Canes football on his own show, the Brandon Merriweather Show. We got ETS saying next time he's in the Orlando area, he's coming to Wings, Wings, Wings. Gotta love it.
Appreciate it.
I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna make you a rich man on this show.
Hey, look. Hey, look. I got a question, right?
Hit me.
Why when you do my intro, you never give my college stats, like, all, play well American, all American everything. You know what I mean? Why you take away Miami stats and we talking about Miami?
It's the U, baby.
That's right. So you should give me my Miami stacks.
Okay. I'm okay. It's just you're from Apopka. It's near Orlando. I mean, I feel like that's kind of the identity. If you want me to
my identity is Miami.
It's not New England Patriots.
Well, it's a little half and half, but it's Miami. It's Miami.
All right. I'll throw in Miami. I'll rerun the audio. I'll throw in Miami.
No, you ain't got to do that. I was just
It's a lot of work.
And you ain't got to do that. I was just playing.
Hey,
Hey,
Brandon.
hold on.
Wait,
Hold
go ahead.
on, man. Let me ask you some questions.
Yeah, hit me.
I mean, this is our show. Let me ask you some questions. I got a question for you.
Hit me.
Alabama losing to an unranked team. Should they have been dropped farther than 6? 5. I think they 5.
Here's my thing. I think Texas A&M, they're unranked, but they really should be a ranked team. I understand that Alabama, they're ranked at 5 right now? I think, honestly, from their track record, 5 to maybe 8 is fair. But at the same time, those teams that are ranked in front of Alabama, for example, Iowa, if Alabama and Iowa played 10 times, I really think Alabama would win 10 times. I don't think Iowa is the number 2 team in the nation. I think Alabama is a much better team than Oklahoma. So those are 2 teams right there that even Alabama lost. I still think if they match up right now, Alabama will dominate those football games. So it's kind of tough. I understand respectfully you did lose to an unranked team in Texas A&M, but you're still better than literally every other team that's ranked besides Georgia. So it's kind of a double standard in the sense of ranking them, more than 5. I know they lost, but still they're better. They're the better team.
Okay. So with that being said, an unranked team is an unranked team. I don't care how much talent you got or how good you're supposed to be or how good you are. If you lost 2 games and you're unranked for a reason.
They play in the SEC.
But they didn't lose the SEC teams. They lost the 1 SEC teams in Colorado. So you can't
lost to Colorado?
Yeah, if not, they barely beat Colorado.
All right, let me look this up real quick about Texas A&M.
But what I'm saying is, so you lost to an unranked team. Clemson lost to number 2, lost to number 3, and went and fell to a 7. So if 2 lose to 3, and it was a close game, it was a 3-point game. It ain't like Georgia just beat the brakes off of them. If 2 lost to 3 and got moved to 7, how do 1 lose to an unranked team and don't get moved out of the top 10?
You got to understand too. When these people vote, it's like Clemson. When they lose a game, look at their track record. They're winning history. You're not just going to push them out of the top 10 because of their rich history of winning football games.
I don't care. I don't care. This is not see, if we going by voting,
these are normal people voting too.
Right.
Like you, it's not like a computer.
Right. And what I'm saying is, if you're going by voting, then it's gonna always be messed up. Because if you're going by voting, technically, I don't see Alabama losing to anybody else except maybe Georgia, and that's a maybe. So then they could lose 4 in a row and still be considered the best team in college football. So why would they? So they should still be in the top 5.
They play in the toughest conference in college football.
Okay, so who they play this week?
It could literally be its own league.
I don't care. That's not the point. That's not the point. What I'm saying is, if we going by voting and we going by based on history and based on the talent and stuff you got, then they could lose 4 games and still make it to the championship, make it to the playoff.
No. If you lose 2 games, you're not in the playoff.
No, that's not. But we going by people voting, right? We going by if you going by people voting and you voting based off of history and talent, then Alabama should never get moved out of the top 4, regardless.
But they've won so much. That's where that bias comes in.
No,
there's no bias.
Every team won so much. Florida won so much, and they got moved out of the top 10.
Not like Alabama.
Clemson, the last 5 years, Clemson has lost 1 game a year. They've been in the Natty 3 times. So you telling me, why are they out of the top 25 then?
Who did Clemson lose to?
I don't know. They lost 2 games. They lost to Georgia Tech
They
and
lost to Georgia.
Georgia and Georgia Tech.
Damn. So that's 2 games they lost, and they're done. Georgia Tech's awful.
Texas A&M was awful.
Texas A&M is a better team than probably every team in the ACC.
Not going by record.
But if you put
That's
Texas A&M in that conference,
and
they're better
this
than
is
everyone in
and
there.
this is where we go wrong at. This is where we go wrong at. We ain't going by.
They lost to NC State, not Georgia Tech. They lost them. Thank you guys.
Oh yeah, NC State. My bad. We that's not the point. The point is, you lose to an unranked team, you fall out of the top 10. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much talent that team got. I don't care.
3-point loss on the road in Texas A&M.
So what? They was unranked.
But it's like they're unranked, but they should be in the top 25. They're a top 25 team. They're better than teams from 20 to 25. They're better than NC State. They're better than Wake Forest.
It don't matter.
Top 25 team.
How can listen? First off, how could you say that when they got a worse record? You can't say that.
Wake Forest, NC State, they don't play anyone. They play in the ACC.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
You're gonna have a
Clemson. Hold on.
Playing in the SEC.
Hold on. Clemson ain't played nobody. Clemson wasn't playing nobody.
They
played one good team a year. They'll play Texas A&M, or they play Georgia every year, but they'll play Texas A&M and Georgia and won't play nobody else.
This is what's gonna happen. Alabama's gonna run through their schedule, and they're gonna be back in the national title game. Remember,
listen, right? But they could have did that from 12. They could have did the same thing from 12. But the thing is, you can't tell me if you lose to an unranked team, you go from 1 to 5. You can't tell me that. I don't care how much talent you got.
If you're better than Iowa, if you're better than Cincinnati,
it don't matter. So you telling me if it's the last game of the season, Alabama lose to nobody, Florida State. They lose to Florida State. The last game of the season, they still in the playoffs?
If they have 2 losses, no, they won't be in the playoffs.
Even if they got 1 loss. If you lose to an unranked team, it's no way possible you should be in the top 10, period.
You can have, but I mean, I'm okay. So let's bring this back. I don't want to bring up bad memories. You guys played North Carolina in Chapel Hill, 2004, right?
Right.
You guys were ranked, was it number 1, number 2, or number 3 in the nation?
We was 2.
2. You guys were undefeated. North Carolina was not. That was an unranked team, right?
No, they was ranked. They was ranked high though. They was like 22 or something like that.
Okay. 22. Near that, 22 to 25. You guys lost. It was a field goal. Obviously, you played the game. No need to bring up the memories. Then you run the table. You're still sneaking up in that top 5, right? You lose to Georgia Tech. That's when Reggie Ball is their quarterback.
No, we didn't lose Georgia Tech that year. We beat the brakes off of Georgia Tech that year.
So who did you lose to for that second loss?
VTech. We lost to VTech that year.
Oh, at home.
Yeah. And
yeah, you were up by 28.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. McGahee had like 7 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So after that game, you guys lost to UNC. You're ranked 22. Where were you ranked against Virginia Tech?
When we lost after we lost to Georgia Tech?
No, Virginia Tech that year. For the ACC title game.
We was ranked 12.
You were ranked 12 after. So from UNC, you lose to UNC.
No, we lost to we lost to UNC. We lost to UNC in week 4 or something like that. Week 4, and we got moved back to like 13 or 14 or something like that.
13 or 14. Okay.
Well. And then we beat the brakes off of like 5-6 teams in a row. And then it was like the second to the last game, we lost to VTech on some fluke shit, and we got moved back to 12.
Okay. So there's a lot of voter bias towards Alabama. compared to Miami, compared to other programs. A lot of people
But
want
this-
Alabama because of the mystique about it. It's true.
I understand all that. But what I'm saying is, if you lose to an unranked team, period, you out of the top 10. Period. I don't care.
get it.
I don't care if it was on a Hail Mary at the end of the game and they won by 1. I don't care if you got beat by 50. I don't care. If you lose to an unranked team, I don't care if that unranked team was the reigning national championship team from the year before. If they unranked for a reason. But yet, another question.
All right.
So if Georgia lose this week, do they be unranked?
No, they're where are they?
Not Georgia. Not Georgia. If Alabama lose again, do they be unranked?
If Alabama loses, I don't know who they're playing this week. If they lose, they need to be all the way to 20 to 25, no matter what.
So but Texas A&M lost 2 games. They was unranked.
Right. Yeah. But Texas A&M, they lost to Mississippi State. They lost to Arkansas. Okay. Alabama, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know who they're playing this week. If someone can put it in the comment section, they lost to Texas A&M in College Station by 3 points. Okay.
Why do it matter where they lost?
Because it does. It does
how they
matter
lost
between the margin of loss that you have and the opponent you play.
So Texas A&M got blown out against Ole Miss.
No, it was Mississippi State, and I think
Mississippi State. They got blown out.
I think it was 10 points. I gotta look this stuff up.
Or better, you ain't gotta look it up. You just assume. Let's just
Okay.
Did they get blown out against Arkansas?
It was a 10-point loss.
To both?
They lost 4 points to 4 points to Mississippi State, and then 10 points to Arkansas.
Right. So
Right.
But Alabama beat the brakes off of Arkansas.
Correct.
Or was that Georgia who beat the brakes off of Arkansas?
Georgia beat the brakes off of Arkansas.
So if Georgia, like, this is what I'm saying, like
It is though. It's voter bias. People want Alabama to do well. It's just they don't make the final decision now for the college football playoffs. If that helps your argument, they don't make the final decision. It's Condoleezza Rice and Kirby Holcutt, I think, too. It was Miami. It's random people.
So if Georgia lose to an unranked team, do they fall to 5?
They're still better than the teams. They're still better than Iowa. They're still better than Cincinnati and Oklahoma. That's how the ranking should be. Who are the better teams?
This is the thing, though. You doing that by the eye test. You ain't doing that off of head to head. I can understand if they beat them. Then you could say that, but you can't say that just by looking at them. You can't say that.
I've seen Iowa play. I
Yes.
saw them for Penn State.
Right,
They're
yes.
nowhere near an SEC defense, an SEC
I-
offense. They're like on slow motion.
I understand that.
Georgia's the straight killers.
I understand that. I understand everything you're saying. I do. But guess what? When they line up, that it ain't gonna look like that. It just won't. I'm telling you. It's like when the people used to play the Patriots, right? Everybody used to say the same thing. We old, slow, you know what I mean? Granted, we had a bunch of young guys that was fast. You say, we old, slow, but when we line up, we not gonna make mistakes, and we gonna hit you in your mouth, and we gonna all the little things that people mess up, we gonna do right, and that's why we always win. You see what I'm saying? Like Alabama is the flashy fast team. Like I'm telling you, the reason Texas A&M beat them is because they did all the small things right, and that would be Iowa. I'm not saying Iowa would beat Alabama. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you can't just look at them and say, oh, yeah, that team better. You can't do that. You could say, oh, that team got more talent, but you can't say that team will beat them.
All right. Let's agree to disagree for this week, and then we'll retouch up on it next week, because I feel like this conversation is going to change week by week.
We'll
leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Brandon, in honor of UNC Miami week, listen, man, I think I want to pick your brain. What happened when Miami played UNC in 2004? Did you guys take the game lightly? Because you got to walk me through this, man. Because every Canes fan vividly remembers that night where they were when that field goal was made.
Yeah, to be honest with you, yeah, that's exactly what we did. We was like, man, we playing a basketball school. Like, man, all right, man, this is a stat game. Like, let's just go on out here and get these stacks. We made bets like, yo, if we playing by halftime, then we got to do this tomorrow in practice. Like we made bets like that. Like we was like we honestly didn't even think they should be on the field with us. But the thing is, like the one thing that beat talent is coaching. They coaches literally put everything they had into that one game plan. And they executed it well. Like everything our defense did good, they had an answer for. Like they found our weak link. They put their best tackle on our weakest tackle, on our weakest D tackle, and they moved them. They just did a lot. They did a lot good.
Was it Berlin starting quarterback?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you one player on their team.
Well, yeah, for Miami, Brock Berlin, or was it?
Oh it was Brock. No,
I was 10 years old on that game. I cried.
Yeah, it was Brock.
Oh, man.
It was Brock. Because that's the same year we beat Florida. We came back and beat Florida.
I feel like if you guys played that UNC team 10 times, you would have beat them.
Oh, we played them 10 times. We would have beat them 9 by 30. 9 times we would have beat them by 30.
God. It's so tough for like Miami to win in Chapel Hill. Like it's either a really close game, a shootout comes down to like a last field goal, or like we just get blown out.
You know who the North Carolina is the West Virginia to us. Like when we was in the ACC, like only time we blew Wake Forest out, West Virginia out, is in Miami. Whenever we played up there, it was always a tough game. Like, and that's just like it's something about they atmosphere that they take advantage of.
Damn, man, that's the thing about going into this game. Like, I honestly think like we're starting a redshirt freshman, Van Dyke.
But it's in Miami, right?
No, it's in Chapel Hill. This is an away game from Miami. I don't think Miami's going to pull out the victory.
This the first away game, huh?
No, this is Alabama's neutral.
I'm not counting Alabama.
Okay, yeah. So this is the first away game. Yeah, I don't think we're going to win. Do you think Miami even has a shot in this game?
I'm fit to lie right now and just say, yeah, I think they got a shot, because I refuse to say my team don't have a shot. I refuse to do that. Like, I won't do that. I can't put myself through that. So I'm going to say, yeah, they got a shot. But for them to have a shot, like, their tackling going to have to be A1. If they tackle good, they win. Because I honestly don't, like, talent-wise, I don't think they better than us talent-wise. I think we can match up with anybody talent-wise. I just think, I don't know if we got the coaches to understand, like, we need to run screens. We need to run, like, bubble screens. We need to run zip screens. We need to run running back screens. We need to run jailbreak screens. Like, we don't do stuff like that.
Agree. No, I feel like we have to go max protection every time with Tyler Van Dyke. Our run game is basically non-existent. We average 3 yards per carry.
Because we run one play. Like, for real. We run one. The only time I seen us run 4 different run plays in one game was Appalachian State. App State was the only game I seen. And 2 of them runs were quarterback runs. So you ain't got to worry about the quarterback run no more because we got TVD.
I don't know, man. I think this is Manny Diaz's last game at Miami, in my opinion. Like, I think this is it. UNC is going to win by 2025, and he's done. They're going to leave him in the tarmac in Raleigh, North Carolina, like they did to Lane Kiffin at USC. I know you don't believe me, but I think this will be Manny Diaz's last game, and that's it. They're going to name Jess Simpson, Bob Shoop, someone's going to be the interim head coach, and we're going to win out. It's going to be new energy in the locker room, complete change, and the Manny Diaz era will end. Why do you keep saying no?
No.
Unless
Sir.
you know something. Unless you know something, I don't know.
I don't know anything. But I'm telling you this: we can't fire him until we get the banner flew over the home stadium saying "Fire Manny Diaz." We can't fire him yet. I need to see the banner. I need to see it. We need to do him the same way we did Randy Shannon.
Yeah, that's true. Al Golden. It's like a tradition at Miami. You get hired as head coach, and you got to fly the banner.
You got to fly the banner. You got to. So you tell me. The Canes have a shot. UNC front seven is trick. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna answer that question. I'm gonna answer that statement right there.
All right, go. Let me bring it back up.
You're right. Their front seven is trash, but this is where the problem come in at. Virginia front seven were worse, and we couldn't move the ball against them.
That's very true.
So what make you think we finna move the ball against UNC? Like, you tell me. I feel like there is a very good coach that would take this job. Is it still a good job? Heck, even yes, it still is a very, very, very good job. The reason it's a good job is because your school is located in the heart of where everybody in the world want to be. So it's not only a good job for you, but it's a good family job too. Like, you could bring your family here to Miami and still live. Everybody want to move to Florida. We just don't have the people to coach the talent that we getting. So we getting bad reviews.
I do agree with that. The resources are good. Your family can live in Coral Gables. It's a beautiful area. I mean, Miami recruiting wise is South Florida. You're in the prime. You're in the best of the best, right? I do agree. But there's something about this program that we're not winning football games. Our stadium's always empty.
We cheap.
Cheat in what sense?
No, we're cheap.
Oh, we're cheap. Yeah. No, 100%. We are very cheap.
Yeah, we cheap. That's the reason. You know, what's the next question?
All right, next question going on. This is a statement, but if you have questions, drop them in the comment section. Manny has gone after NC State or Pittsburgh. It just depends on how bad the losses are in each game. I think he's gone after UNC. I'm standing by that. If I'm wrong,
Paul,
I hope I'm right.
Paul, let's do this. If you right,
don't do any crazy bets. I don't want to. I mean, just something reasonable, something real.
Yeah, I wasn't finna do nothing crazy. I ain't that. Listen, Paul,
I don't want to dress up and I don't want to buy Florida State or Notre Dame gear and stuff. I don't want to do that.
Man, I don't want to see you in that.
Okay, fair.
I don't want to see you in that. I was just gonna say, if you right,
okay,
I'm gonna do 10 push-ups. I'm gonna come down to a game and every time you tell me to do a push-up for the tailgate, I do it. And if you win, if I win, you do it.
That's easy.
That's it. That's all.
It's easy. Okay, that's fair. I thought you were gonna make me do pull-ups.
No, I ain't doing all that, man.
Rep out 225. That's easy.
It's just some push-ups, man. You know, I do stuff so you know your arms will look good when the ladies see you. You know what I mean? So yeah, that I just don't see it. For one, because his daddy gonna threaten to take away money that he be donating to the school. That's for one.
Okay.
So I got a feeling he'll get fired before this year over. But I just don't think he'll get fired after this game.
That's my whole thing, though, is that if the alumni know, the fans know, the players know, half of the board of trustees members know, He's not the right guy at Miami.
All the boys.
Now. Let's just do it now. What are we waiting for?
Do it now and do what? And then what?
Just finish out the year and get rid of this. Get rid of the last 3 years. That set your program back for probably 5 years. And just search, do the research for the appropriate guy. Go to games where he's coaching at, send people over, and make sure you find the right guy for this next job, or pile in and get as much money as you can to pay for some crazy buyout.
This is where the problem with that come in. You fire him now. You get an intern coach come in like LSU did with Ed. He went out. Now the question is, do we keep him? So then he have another good year, have another decent year where he win 8-9 games, and then what? Like do we then what? Like we back in the same predicament.
I would take that, man. I love Ed O. Winning a national title at LSU, bringing in Joe Brady. I'll take a national title, and then the rest being really shitty years. I'm all for that.
I won't.
For one national title, just 1 year. 1 year.
I'd rather for us to do what Georgia doing and be really good every year and losing in the finals, and we go into the playoffs than to go to have one great year and be trashed in the rest. I don't like that.
I want that national title. I want to feel it. I want to be on ESPN again. Come on. We got to get back to the national spotlight for good reasons, not because of a dumb turnover chain, touchdown rings, or because we beat a UVA team that's like ranked 25th in the nation, because we won a national title playing the Rose Bowl. I miss those days. 24/7 Canes has a question. Let's say Miami loses 3 more games but beats FSU and is still the head coach. How would you feel? I would feel awful. Beating Florida State is a regular thing every year. We beat them with like a different quarterback every single season. That's the norm at Miami.
I'm with you. I would feel terrible. Like Florida State ain't a victory to me. Like that ain't a victory. We supposed to beat them.
Miggy, thank you for your donation. Paul said Billy Napier would be a great hire. He learned under some great coaches, knows offense, and will demand accountability. He's coached at Clemson, Brandon, at Alabama. I think Billy Napier would be a realistic and appropriate choice for this job. All right, we are rounding up 1 hour long. We have 170 people listening to us live. Brandon, I want to thank you again for coming on the Brandon Merriweather Show, your own show. Hey. We're promoting Wings, Wings, Wings. We're making you a ton of money, baby.
Hey, Paul, listen, this is what I need, right? I got this Christmas event coming up, and I'm going to start a GoFundMe page, and I want everybody to donate to this GoFundMe page just for the kids. I do a Christmas give out to all the kids that's in and that ain't going to get nothing for Christmas in the hood. I do it at a big old park, and I spend about $5,000 of my own money, and everything that's donated to my foundation, 31 Ways Foundation, I give back through. So that's about to start up, and I need everybody help.
Have you created the GoFundMe page?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. That'll get done next week.
Create the page, Brandon. Send me the link, and I will blow this up for you. I will do that.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. You the best.
Absolutely, Brandon. You got it. We'll even make a little infomercial about it. We got it all going on here on the Brandon Merriweather Show. Guys, it was a pleasure. Over 170 people. Greatly appreciate it. And always all about the you during the good times or bad times.
Yes, sir.